Hello students, this is exercise number 10 of the Progressive Monthly Magazine April 2022 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. Our cooperators should devote more attention to the consumer movement. The utility of consumer cooperatives is not limited to the fight against rising prices. We have another fight hardly less important, which is that for quality. Cooperatives can ensure quality in what is produced much better than private trade can. We need much greater participation by cooperatives in banking. In our country, banking has largely remained the preserve of the affluent, at any rate of the middle class and above, not only in its control, but even in its reach. It has cared more for the big man than the small man. Only rarely do we find the common people having recourse to banks. Lately, agricultural cooperatives in some areas have begun advancing credit against an approved production program instead of the security of land. A well run cooperative banking program can finance a large number of small entrepreneurs, such as graduates who want to set up small industries, etc. Cooperative banks can also attract small savings, especially if they go to the people instead of expecting them to come to them, waiting long hours and filling forms. I believe some banks in western and southern India have already made a beginning on these lines. Having spoken of the cooperatives, I must also sound a note of caution. Not all that we hear about the actual working of cooperatives flattering. There is the general belief, which I mentioned, that the cooperatives help the bigger people rather than the small people. Such a state affairs would defeat the very purpose of the cooperative movement. Secondly, our cooperatives seem to have become far too dependent on financial aid from the government. This is a negation of the basis of cooperation, which is self help and self reliance. Thirdly, there is also a widely prevalent feeling that cooperatives are too mixed up with politics. I find that you are discussing how to de-officialize the movement. I find that you also discuss how to depoliticalize it. The history of the cooperative movement in India of the late 60 years shows that wherever the movement is strong, it is due to the selfless work of dedicated individuals who have steadily resisted the temptation of politics. They have regarded cooperation as an alternative form of serving the people. There is great need in the country today, in every walk of life, for selfless people. It is more so in the cooperative movement. Cooperation enshrines the principle that the social good is supreme. It is because cooperation is a form of social control and also helps the common man to improve his lot.